Ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Dance Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Ang silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin ay makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo at kalaman. Mapaumaga, tanghali o hapon man yan, ang istasyong magbibigay impormasyon kahit saan man.
For something big. Alright, here we go.
106.3 Dance Radio. Doña Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela.
This
106.3 DWDR-FM. Pre-calculus, advanced algebra, intermediate algebra, trigonometry, elementary algebra, geometry. Mga araling dapat tuklasin. Mathematics Learning Area. Mathematics kahit saan, kahit kailan. Mathematics, maaasahan inyong tututukan dito sa 106.3 DWDR-FM. Basta Dance Radio, learning is amazing!
Hello! Bakit parang daling ako? Okay. Hello, today is Thursday, December 2, 2021. And Merry Christmas po sa inyong lahat. Kasi pag nag-start na ng December, di ba Ma'am Del?
Yes, Merry Christmas!
Oh, di ba? So, Merry Christmas po sa inyong lahat. And we are now on the second week of quarter 2. Welcome to Math Alive sa Facebook Live. And happy listening to our students who are tuned in to our station 106.3 FM Dance Radio. Kumusta po kayong lahat? Kumusta po ang mga grades na natanggap ninyo kahapon?
Natuwa ba kayo?
Diba? Yes, natuwa ba kayo? Di ba Ma'am Del?
Nalungkot ba?
Napasaya nyo ba ang mga magulang ninyo?
Ayun ang nakakatuwa.
Di ba?
Pag na-happy sila,
Yes, pag kumpleto ang grades, di ba Ma'am Delma?
correct.
Magiging masaya ang magulang. Paano kung hindi kumpleto?
Yun lang.
Okay. So sa mga hindi po kumpleto ang mga grades, ano ang dapat gawin? So magpasa na po ng mga outputs. At para po mabigyan kayo ng inyong grade sa subject na yon. Okay. So special greet, patalastas lang yon. So special greetings to our officer in charge, Sir Rodrigo V. Pascua, to our assistant principal, Ma'am Ruby Guillermo, and of course to all our head teachers, especially to our supervisory head, Ma'am Merlinda Dayaw Dante, to the dance faculty and staff, especially to all the teachers of mathematics learning area. Good afternoon po sa inyong lahat.
Good afternoon.
Yes, so isang napakagandang hapon. Makulimlim ba, Ma'am Del?
Gusto ko yung weather, malamig, di ba?
Yes,
Kaya tayo
kahapon.
napa-sweater.
Yung breeze talaga nung kahapon, December breeze
Pasko
talaga
na.
kahapon. Di ba? So, maganda yan. Okay. So, para sa ating mga clientele ngayon, kumusta po kayo ang ating mga grade 9 learners? So, good afternoon sa ating mga grade 9 learners. 9 Mendel, 9 Darwin, 9 Pasture, 9 SPJ, 9 SPA, 9 Anonas, 9 Atis, 9 Chico, 9 Avocado, 9 Lanzones, 9 Calamansi, 9 Dalandan, 9 Macopan, 9 Mango, 9 Guyabano. Gusto ko na ng fruit shake, Ma'am Del.
Nagutom bigla. Ay, nakakatuwa. Na-surprise kami nung last episode. Pagkatapos ng
Yes,
airing.
o diba?
Ngayon kaya?
Ano kaya yung surprise naman natin
Hello
ngayon?
ulit, Mami!
Yes, kasi yung fruit shake, ngayon na, nung last week, fruit shake na solid.
Yes.
Okay, so reminder po sa ating mga learners, don't forget to comment your full name and section to the chat box for your attendance. Alam na this.
Alam mo na ang dahilan kung bakit hindi
Yes.
ganun kataas ang grade dahil
Bakit may kulang?
Mm.
Di ba, Ma'am Del?
Nagkulang. Mag-participate pa.
Oo.
Bawal magmura.
Yes.
Good vibes lang tayo.
Okay, so ano pang hinihintay nyo, dear learners? Kindly get now your paper, pen, and of course, learning activity sheets for the second quarter, week 2. Okay, so we are inviting, especially the grade 9 learners na magipag-participate sa pagsagot sa mga tanong sa pamagitan ng pag-type ng iyong pangalan, section, question number, at ang iyong sagot sa comment box. O eto na. So, i-screenshot ninyo kapag nakapagsagot kayo.
Yes, para ma-check ng teacher.
Yes, tama man yan o mali, ibig sabihin nagipag-participate ka. Hindi yung kaumpisa pa lang ni may screenshot na. Nag-send na siya. And then, nag-leave na.
True. Huwag
pwede ba?
ganon. Walang iwanan mga anak. Huwag tayong ganyan, ha?
Pwede ba yun? Hindi pa kami tapos. So, hanggang dulo, okay? Hanggang dulo. Sama-sama tayo hanggang dulo. Hindi yung pwede yung umpisa lang. O sigurado ko, dun sa GC, marami nang nag-send na naman ngayon. And then, wala na. So, nasan ang learnings doon? Di ba, Ma'am Del? Wala na. Okay. At syempre, para magkaroon ka ng chance na manalo ng 30 pesos worth of load, sponsored by Ma'am Larna Tan, so, kinakailangan may pag-participate sila at mag-send ng tamang sagot. O, diba? So, asan ka pa? Gusto mo bang magkaroon ng load? Yes naman. Para may pang laro.
Panglaro. Hindi, pang-nood ulit.
Oh, yes.
Para sa ibang subjects naman nila na magla-live streaming.
Tama. O kaya pwedeng ibigay din kay kuya kung kailangan ni kuya ng
Oo,
load.
pang-share kasi
Yes.
Christmas is sharing.
O, diba? So, before we start, may I introduce our learning facilitators? So, Teacher Delma Quaresma, our Jamboard writer, ang napakagandang katabi ko ngayon. And of course, our facilitators, Teacher Naida, mga bat, ang mga napaka-blooming, and
Yes.
Teacher Maril Jane
Magkahawig
Espiritu.
naman.
Yes. O, diba? Napaka-blooming nila. At nananahimik lang yung dalawang
Dahil ba
yan.
yan sa damit nilang ma-flowers?
Yes. O, tignan mo, very busy sila. Nag-aaral silang dalawa. Okay. So, sabi ni Sir, 2 minutes na lang daw. Okay. Nawala tuloy ako. At syempre sa ating dalawang gwapong technical specialist, si Sir Mark and si Sir Dennis.
Thank you, sir.
So bago tayo mag-air ng
First
RBI, so may ibigay muna natin ang unang tanong. So our lesson is all about applying the laws of
PowerPoint,
exponents.
sir. Yan.
Yan, simplify b raised to 5 times b raised to the third power. Simplify the quantity of b raised to 5 times the quantity of b raised to the third power. So, ang sagot na yan ay sasagutan natin after the airing of the RBI lesson titled Laws of Exponents.
Wala nang makakapigil pa. Sulong Arangkada 106.3 Dance Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
Edukasyo'y susulong, basta't magtulong-tulong, sulong edukalidad. Dance Radio, learning is amazing.
Precalculus,
Advanced Algebra,
Intermediate Algebra, Trigonometry,
Elementary Algebra,
Geometry, mga aralin na dapat tuklasin.
Mathematics Learning Area.
Mathematics. Kahit saan, kahit kailan.
Mathematics maaasahan.
Inyong tututukan dito sa
106.3
Dance Radio.
Learning is amazing!
Blessed morning, grade 9 learners. Let us thank the Lord for another day to learn mathematics. Are you excited to learn?
Yes, ma'am.
I am Teacher Joy, your host for today. This is your school on the air, 106.3 DWDR FM Dance Radio. Let us start the day with positivity. I hope you enjoy listening while learning your lesson. Make sure that you are comfortably seated while listening today, and please prepare all the needed materials just like pen, paper, and learning activity sheets because we need them while having an enjoyable lesson for today. I think we are ready to learn.
Yes, ma'am.
Here is your radio teacher, Teacher Rufino R. Pomeda Jr.
A wonderful day to our grade 9 learners. I am Teacher Rufino, and I will be with you until we finish our lesson about laws of exponents. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Let us have a review of what we have discussed during the last week's lesson. We have discussed how to solve direct variation, inverse variation, joint variation, and combined variation as well. We also learned how to find the constant of the variation and how to derive the variation equation. Most importantly, we are able to apply these concepts in the real world. Easy, right?
Yes, sir.
For today's lesson, we shall illustrate the different laws of exponents that involve positive integral exponents to zero and negative integral exponents. Please get your learning activity sheets and open on page 1. Are you ready, my dear grade 9 learners?
Yes, sir.
How will you describe exponent?
The expression a raised to n is read as a raised to the nth power, or simply a to the n, where a is the base, then n is the exponent.
That's correct. If n is a positive integer, then a raised to n is equal to a times a times a times and so on times a. A is taken as factor n times. For example, in the expression 2 raised to 3, the base is 2 and the exponent is 3. This expression is equivalent to 2 times 2 times 2. Therefore, 2 raised to 3 is equal to 8. Who can give an example?
3a squared. The base of exponent 2 is a only, sir.
Very good. Give another example.
3a quantity squared. The base of the exponent 2 is 3a.
Excellent. One more example.
Negative 1 to the fourth power. The base of the exponent 4 is negative 1. So negative 1 to the fourth power is equal to the negative 1, sir.
Nice one. How about the last example?
Negative 1 quantity raised to the fourth power. The base of the exponent 4 is negative 1. So, negative 1 quantity raised to the fourth power is equals to 1.
Another great answer! Observe the next example in your learning activity sheets on page 1. Negative 2 quantity raised to the third power is equal to negative 8. Negative 3 quantity raised to the fifth power is equal to 243. What can you say?
If a negative base is raised to a positive odd exponent, the answer is always negative, sir.
Very good! If a negative base is raised to a positive odd exponent, the answer is always negative. What about negative 3 quantity squared equals 9? Negative 4 quantity raised to the fourth power equals 256. What do you observe with the product?
If a negative base is raised to a positive even exponent, the answer is always positive, sir.
Yes, you are right. You are very keen observers. If a negative base is raised to a positive even exponent, the answer is always positive. To further enhance your knowledge about exponents, let's proceed to case 1. Positive integral exponents. On page 2 of your LAS, the first law under case 1 is product of powers.
Product of powers.
Will you describe the product of powers?
Product of powers states that for any real number A and positive integers m and n, then A raised to m times A raised to n equals A raised to m plus n.
That's right. Product of powers states that for any real number A and positive integers m and n, then A raised to m times A raised to n equals A raised to m plus n. If we have the same base, we copy the same base and add the exponents. Using this law, how are we going to solve 3 squared times 3 raised to the fourth power? Ready? Go, go, go!
3 squared times 3 raised to the fourth power is equal to 3 squared plus 4 is equal to 3 raised to the sixth power, sir.
That's right. 3 squared times 3 to the fourth power is equal to 3 raised to the sixth power, which is equal to 729. How about x raised to the fourth power times x?
X to the fourth power times x is equal to x to the fourth plus 1, which is equal to x to the fifth, sir.
That is right. X raised to the fourth power times x is equal to x raised to the fifth power. Let's proceed, dear learners. What is the next law of exponents?
Quotient of powers, sir.
You are correct. It's the quotient of powers. The quotient of powers m and n and any non-zero number a, then a raised to m over a raised to n is equal to a raised to m minus n. Applying this law, what is the simplified form of 3 raised to 5 over 3 squared? I repeat, 3 raised to 5 over 3 squared.
3 raised to the fifth power over 3 raised to the second power is equal to 3 cubed, sir.
Absolutely right. If we divide the same base, subtract the exponents. Therefore, 3 raised to 5 over 3 squared equals 3 cubed. And 3 cubed is equal to 27. Wow! We have finished the first two laws of exponents. We will continue after a short break.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. I have just finished accomplishing the task found in my module. How can I send you my outputs for checking and feedbacking?
Oh, that's a nice question. There are actually 3 ways for a student like you to submit your outputs. 1. It could be via online. That is, if you are capable to connect online. You can just upload your outputs in your Google Classroom, or you can take pictures and send them through your group chat or messenger account.
Ma'am, how about if we do not have internet connection?
If you do not have internet connection, you can submit your accomplished tasks in 2 ways. 1. You can ask your parents to submit your outputs in the designated drop-off center. 2. You can save your outputs if you have available flash drive, CD, or DVD at home, and submit it in the designated drop-off center in your respective barangay.
Wow! It's nice to know that there are varied ways on how we can submit our accomplished task.
Always remember, for submission of outputs, you can do it via online, offline, or physical submission. Because at Dance, we make amazing things possible.
We are back! Are you still with me, dear learners?
Yes, sir!
Thank you for staying with me. The third law on positive integral exponents is power of a power.
Power of a power.
Will you describe the power of a power law?
Power of a power law states that any number a and positive integers m and n, we have a raised to m quantity raised to n is equal to a raised to m n.
Very good! Power of a power law states that for any number a and positive integers m and n, we have a raised to m quantity raised to n equals a raised to m times n. What are we going to do with the exponents?
We multiply the exponents, sir.
That is right. Just simply multiply the exponents. Applying this law, what is the simple form of 2 cubed quantity raised to the 4th power?
2 cubed quantity raised to the 4th power is equal to 2 raised to the 3rd power times 4, which is equal to 2 raised to 12 power, sir.
You are correct. 2 cubed quantity raised to the 4th power equals 2 cubed times 4 equals 2 raised to the 12th power, and it is equal to 4096. What about x plus 2 quantity squared quantity raised to the 5th power? What is the simplified form of x plus 2 quantity squared quantity raised to the 5th power?
X plus 2 quantity squared quantity raised to the 5th power is equal to x plus 2 quantity 10th power, sir.
Magnificent! In this example, x plus 2 quantity squared quantity raised to the 5th power, it is the quantity within the parenthesis that is raised to the power, not the individual terms. Let us have the next law under the power law, which is the power of a product.
Power of a product.
It states that for all real numbers a and b and any positive integer m, we have ab quantity raised to m equals A raised to M times B raised to M. This means that if we have different bases and one exponent, we just distribute the exponent to each factor of the base. Is it clear, my dear learners?
Yes, sir!
I hope so. Simplify xy quantity raised to 4. What is the simplified form of xy quantity raised to 4? Ready? Go!
xy quantity raised to the fourth power is equal to x to the fourth power y to the fourth power, sir.
That is correct. xy quantity raised to 4 is equal to x raised to 4 y raised to 4. What about 2x quantity raised to 3? Simplify 2x quantity raised to 3. Ready? Go!
2x quantity cube is equal to 2 cube x cube, which is equal to 8x cube, sir.
Very good! 2x quantity raised to 3 is equal to 2 cube x cube equals 8x cube. The last law under power law is power of a quotient law, which states that for all numbers a and b and any integer m, then a over b quantity raised to m is equal to a raised to m over b raised to m, where b is not equal to 0. We simply raise the numerator and the denominator to the given power. Adopting this law, how would you simplify 2 over 5 quantity squared? Again, how would you simplify 2 over 5 quantity squared? Ready? Go!
2 over 5 quantity squared is equal to 2 squared over 5 squared, which is equal to 4 over 25.
Absolutely right! To simplify this type of expression, raise the numerator and the denominator to the given power. So we have 2 over 5 quantity squared is equal to 2 squared over 5 squared is equal to 4 over 25. Okay, let us pause for a short break.
Naku, malapit na ang pasahan ng outputs.
Retrieval time na naman. Narito ang mga dapat mong tandaan sa pagpasa ng outputs mo, Kadonyan.
Tiyaking nakasulat ang iyong pangalan sa bawat subject na iyong ipapasa.
Oops, huwag ding kalimutang isulat ang iyong seksyon kung saan ka kabilang.
Mahalagang lagyan din ng label na Week 1,
Week 2, 3 o 4 ang iyong outputs kung anong aralin
at bilang nito upang malaman ng guro kung kumpleto ang iyong ipinasang outputs sa bawat linggo. Kadonyan!
Kung maaari, isulat din ang pangalan ng iyong guro sa bawat subject.
Kung may color coding, sundin ito upang madaling malaman ng iyong advisor at maibigay sa tamang guro.
Paghiwalayin ang mga sagutang papel sa bawat subject.
Huwag paghaluin ang iyong mga sagot sa dalawang subject sa iisang papel.
Kung masusunod mo ang mga ito, tiyak ang mga guro ay hindi malilito.
Sa pagpasa ng mga outputs, tiyaking maayos at organisado.
Ayusin ang output batay sa mga sumusunod na bawat aralin.
Una, sagot ng mga gawain. Pangalawa, refleksyon.
Pangatlo, lingguang pagtataya.
At pang-apat, summative test kung mayroon.
Isang paalala mula sa pamunuan ng Tonya Aurora National High School at ng istasyong ito.
We are back! We are done on case 1. So let's continue on case 2, which is the Zero Exponent Law.
The Zero Exponent Law.
Can you state the rule on how to simplify expressions with zero exponent? Turn your learning activity sheets on page 4 and read the rule on how to simplify expressions with zero.
The law for zero exponent states that for every x where x is not equal to 0, then x raised to 0 is equal to 1.
Thank you, dear learners. Law for zero exponent states that for every x where x is not equal to 0, then x raised to 0 equals 1. It simply says that any number or variable raised to 0 is equal to 1. Can you follow, my dear learners?
Yes, sir!
I hope so. Zero exponent is the easiest so far. Let us have some examples. Still on page 4, letter A. 5 raised to 0 is equal to
1, sir.
Why did you say so?
The exponent of 5 is 0, sir.
Marvelous! 5 raised to 0 is equal to 1. Letter B. 3x raised to 0. Again, 3x raised to 0 is equal to
3, sir.
How did you get 3?
3x raised to 0 is equal to 3 times x raised to 0. Then, 3 times 1 is equal to 3, sir.
Perfect! Letter D. 5xy squared quantity raised to 0. Again, 5xy squared quantity raised to 0.
1, sir.
That is correct! And why is it equal to 1?
The base of zero exponent is 5xy squared, sir.
Very good! You really can follow, dear learners. Let us have the third case for integral exponents. Negative exponent.
Negative exponent.
Please read the description of the negative exponent on page 5 of your learning activity sheets.
Negative exponent tells that for any real numbers a and n, where a is not equal to 0 and n is more than 0, then a raised to the negative n is equal to 1 over a raised to n and 1 over a raised to negative n, which is equal to a raised to n.
Awesome! In solving expressions with negative exponents, find the reciprocal and change the negative of the exponent to positive and vice versa. Let's have examples on the application of law of negative exponents. Letter A. What is the simplest form of 3 raised to negative 2? Again, what is the simplest form of 3 raised to negative 2?
The exponent of 3 is negative 2, therefore, 3 raised to negative 2 is equal to 1 over 3 squared is equal to 1 over 9, sir.
You are correct! The reciprocal of 3 raised to negative 2 is 1 over 3 squared, and change negative 2 to 2. How about 5y raised to negative 2 in letter D? Ready? Go!
5y raised to negative 2 is equal to 5 over y squared, sir.
That is correct! Wow! We are done! You can do the different activities on pages 6 and 7 of your learning activity sheets, applying the different laws of exponents that we have discussed. If you still have questions on how to do the activities, you can message or call your teacher in Mathematics 9. Let's have a recap of our lesson after a short break.
Do you encounter problems in accomplishing the different activities in your modules or learning activity sheets?
Worry no more because your teachers are always ready to guide and assist you. You can send your questions or clarifications in 2 easy ways. 1. Call or text, and 2. Private message. So easy, right? Remember, at Doña Aurora National High School, we make amazing things possible.
This reminder is brought to you by Doña Aurora National High School and this station. We are back! So, before we end up, may we have a recap about what we have discussed. Who can describe an exponent?
The expression a raised to n is read as a raised to the nth power or simply a to the nth, where a is the base, then n is the exponent, sir.
Very good! Exponent is the small letter or number or any symbol written at the upper right corner of an expression. It tells how many times the base taken as a factor n number of times. So, what is 5 squared in simple form?
The expression 5 squared is equal to 5 times 5 equals 25, sir.
That is correct. Can you state the laws of exponents?
Quotient of powers.
Power of a power, sir.
Power of a product, sir.
Power of a quotient, sir.
Zero exponent, sir.
Negative exponent, sir.
You are all great, my dear learners. Congratulations! If you still have questions on how to do the activities, you can message or call your teacher in Mathematics 9. You can refer your answers in the different activities at the last part of this lesson. Be honest in checking your answers. We are done! I hope you enjoyed our lesson for today and you mastered all the concepts discussed. The next lesson will be about simplifying expressions with rational exponents. You can have an advanced reading, my dear learners. Until the next episode of Fun-Filled Learning in Mathematics 9 through radio. I am Teacher Rufino R. Pomeda Jr. Have a wonderful day! Stay positive in facing the challenges brought by this pandemic. Stay home, be safe. Bye!
Thank you very much, Teacher Rufino, for a very informative day. Take note, my dear learners. You can submit your outputs online through Facebook, Messenger, or Google Classroom so that you don't have to submit the hard copy. You may also post your pictures while listening to the radio in your respective Facebook groups. Don't forget to write the details and the things that you have learned today as your caption. Don't forget to strictly follow the necessary health protocols that our government has issued when submitting your outputs to the designated area in your respective barangay. Make sure to tune in to our school's radio station, Dance Radio, where learning is amazing. On behalf of the production team, we would like to thank our very own scriptwriter, Teacher Absalon T. Bugawizan, our editors and quality assurance team, Teacher Beverlyn L. Ramirez and Ma'am Merlinda D. Dante, and the technical specialist, Teacher Rufino R. Pomeda Jr. Before I bid you all goodbye, I want you to leave this quote from James Joseph Sylvester. Mathematics is the music of reason. Again, this has been your host for today, Teacher Joy L. Madamba, saying goodbye!
Precalculus,
Advanced Algebra,
Intermediate Algebra, Trigonometry,
Elementary Algebra,
Geometry, mga aralin na dapat tuklasin.
Mathematics Learning Area,
Mathematics, kahit saan, kahit kailan.
Mathematics maaasahan.
Inyong tututukan dito sa
106.3
Dance Radio.
Learning is amazing! Dance Radio, siniparalan sa radyo, atid namin makabago, paraan ang pagtuturo.
Wala nang makakapigil pa. Sulong Arangkada 106.3 Dance Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
Edukasyo'y susulong, basta na magtulong-tulong, sulong edukalidad. Dance Radio, learning is amazing.
Yes! So we're back and welcome to Math Alive sa Facebook Live, and I hope you've learned a lot sa ating RBI lesson kanina. Okay, so it's time for us to reveal the correct answer for number 1. So the correct answer is letter C. Okay, and congratulations to the following students who got the correct answer. Yung unang 10 nakapagbigay ng tamang sagot. Congratulations to Natasha Perltan of 9 Darwin, Angeli Pineda of 9 Darwin, Abigail De La Cruz of 9 Darwin, Christian Vino of 9 Darwin, Rufa May Domingo of 10 Jimelina, Jewel Lacanilao of 9 SPJ, Kimberly Kaingat of 9 Darwin, John Mar Villanueva of 10 Jimelina, Glyza Ann Salvador of 9 SPJ, and Hans Galinato of 9 SPJ. Okay, so spin na natin. Tignan natin kung sinong makakakuha ng mananalo ng 30 pesos worth of load. Sponsored by Ma'am Lina Tan Nevado. Okay, so congratulations to sino? Oh, wow! Ang swerte naman ni Jewel Lacalilaw of 9 SPJ. Congratulations, Jewel! Natatandaan nyo last week, inumpisahan niya.
Tatapusin niya.
And then, nung ikaw 5 tanong, tinapos niya siya ulit.
Yes, anak ko yan.
Okay, congratulations, Jewel. Okay, so next. May we have now the second question? Okay, so ito na yung second question. Preparation ito sa i-discuss mamaya. Okay. Simplify 15, the quantity of a squared, b to the 4th, c to the 5th, quantity raised to 0. Okay, a, 15a squared, b to the 4th, c raised to 5, b, 15abc, c, 15d1. Okay, so makinig kayo sa ating discussion.
Kakatuwa.
Yes, but before that, may we have the learning competencies. Ito kasi yung aralin natin ngayon. Okay, first, apply the laws involving positive integral exponents to zero and negative integral exponents. Then the second one is simplifies expressions with rational exponents and writes expression with rational exponents to radical and vice versa. Napakahalagang lesson po ito para po sa inyo. So, makinig po at huwag pong maglilive. Di ba, Ma'am
Yes,
De?
huwag niyo kaming iiwan mga anak, ha?
Yes. Okay. So, to start with, may we have Teacher Naida.
Teacher Naida.
Ulit.
Okay, thank you. Once again, good afternoon to everyone. So, this time let us discuss zero exponent. Wherein, the question, math question number 2 is about zero exponent.
Yes.
Kaya makinig kayong maigi mga anak para makuha yung tamang sagot. So, zero exponent states that a raised to 0 is equal to 1, or a is not equal to 0. It means that any number excluding 0 with an exponent. Hello. Okay na? Sabi ko na nga wala ako kanina. Okay, sige. Replay. So, good afternoon once again. So, let us have zero exponent. In zero exponent, if a is raised to 0, it is equal to 1, where a is not equal to 0. This means that any number excluding 0 with an exponent of 0 is equal to 1. Okay, so let us evaluate these examples. Number 1, 8 raised to 0. A number is raised to 0 is 1. So 8 raised to 0 is equal to 1. Another, the quantity of 1/5 m raised to 2 raised to 0. Okay. Again, the expression is raised to 0. So it has a value of 1. Next example, we have 32a raised to q raised to 3 b raised to 0. B has an exponent of 0, so that is equal to 1. Multiplied to 32a raised to 3, so 32 times 1 is 32. Times a raised to 3, so we have a value of the expression as 32a raised to 3. Okay. And number 4, 5 raised to 0 plus 50 raised to 0 plus 500 raised to 0. We can notice that numbers have an exponent of 0. So therefore, the value of 5 raised to 0 is 1. 50 raised to 0 is also 1. 500 raised to 0 is equal to 1. So we have 1 plus 1 plus 1. The value of the expression therefore is 3. So that is all about zero exponent, guys. So another example will be given by Teacher Delma.
Okay. Thank you, Teacher Naida. So, bago tayo pumunta sa susunod, pwede na nating sagutan yung pangalawang tanong.
Ang tanong.
Pwede na ba? Bago tayo pumunta sa negative exponent. Meron na ba yung sampo?
Meron naman.
Yes, meron na. Ang gagaling nila. So, meron na yung 10. Okay, sige. Spin muna natin. So, bago tayo pumunta sa sa negative exponent.
Yan. Ako na?
Discuss muna natin. Ha? Sisend? Okay, talagang ganyan ang bagong ngayon. Sige, sige. Ito na yung first 10. First 10 na nakapagbigay ng tamang sagot. Okay, sige. Sige, talagang ganito medyo nade-delay ang signal. Oh, eto na. Kamay naman. Okay, congratulations to Honey May Estabilio of 9 Mango. Maria Elisa Baniqued of 9 SPJ. Gerald Fernandez of 9 Anonas. Atis, letter A eh.
Abigail.
Abigail de la Cruz of 9 Dalandan. Darwin.
Natakpan kasi yung kopya natin.
Kyle Salum of 9 SPA. Kate Cyrene Santiago of 9 Darwin. Archifel Mendarus of 9 Calamansi. Maribeth Gante of 9 Anonas. Jashil Salviejo Yalon of 9 Mango, and Alison Kim Marzan of 9 Pasture.
Well represented.
Wow, I have 2. 9 Atis and 9 Anonas. Thank you so much.
I also have 2. 9 SPJ and 9 SPA.
Yes, diba? Spin na natin.
Spin na natin. Spin na yan. SPJ ba?
Wow, sana manalo naman ng Atis and Anonas ko.
Tantana!
Mango.
Wow.
Sino yan?
Wow!
Ang nanalo ay si Kate Cyrene Santiago.
9 Darwin.
Of 9 Darwin. Ang kapatid ni Ma'am Katerina.
Ay, kapatid ba ni Kati to? Hello, anak. Congratulations!
Yes, okay. Congratulations,
And
Kate
the answer
Cyrene.
is letter
C.
15.
Okay.
Kasi 15 times 1, 15.
Yes. Okay, so next, may we have the negative exponent. So may we go back once again. Yes, kay Ma'am Naida.
Wala pang tanong, ma'am?
Ay, oo pala.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Para ganahan silang makinig sa explain ko.
Sige.
Oo pala, may tanong pala.
Asan yung tanong natin? Ay,
Yan.
asan na?
Yan, sige pa.
Hindi.
Before.
Ito ba? Yan.
Okay, ayan na. Pakibasa nga, Ma'am.
Simplify 4m raised to negative 9. Kasi negative exponents yung i-discuss ni Ma'am Naida mamaya. Divided by 7n raised to negative 2. The answers: A, 4n squared over 7m to the 9th power. B, 4m squared over 7n to the 9th power. C, 7n squared over 4m to the 9th power. And D, 7m to the 9th power over 4n squared. Nakakalitong basahin, no? Okay. So, makinig mga anak dun sa discussion ni Ma'am Naida na susunod na. Ma'am Naida.
Yes, thank you, Ma'am Delma. Ayan, sabi ko, ibigay muna yung tanong para ganahan silang mag-answer. Makinig sa akin. Kasi nasa explanation natin ngayon kung paano sagutin yung question na binasa ni Teacher Delma. Ginanahan ako, ma'am. May 9 mango. Si Honey may stabilio. Okay, congratulations anak. Kahit hindi ka nanalo, nakapasok ka sa top 10. Okay, so let us have now negative exponents. In negative exponents, for any real numbers a and n, where a is not equal to 0 and n is greater than 0. A raised to negative n is equal to 1 over a raised to n. And 1 over a raised to n is equal to a raised to n. Kung papansinin natin mga anak, yung definition ng, or yung illustration ng negative exponents, kapag si negative ay nasa numerator, isi-simplify, mawawala yung negative, dadalhin lang sa denominator. Ayan. Kapag si negative exponent naman ay nasa denominator, buburahin or mawawala yung negative exponent, dadalhin lang siya sa numerator. Ayan. So let us have these examples. Simplify 5 raised to negative 2. 5 raised to negative 2 is the same with 5 raised to negative 2 over 1. So nasa numerator yung negative. Dadalhin natin siya sa denominator para mawala yung negative exponent. So we have now 1 over 5 raised to 2. Or, that is 1 over 25. Yan. Next, number 2. Ayan, fraction na may exponent. 3 over 5 raised to negative 3. yung expression natin, may over 1 yan. Kaya magkakaroon tayo ng numerator na 1, pupunta sa denominator yung 3/5, at magkakaroon siya ng exponent na positive 3. So, to simplify further is apply the multiplication of fractions. Okay. 3/5 raised to 3 is equal to 27/125. And dividing fraction is get the reciprocal of the denominator, then multiply it to the numerator. So the denominator 27/125 has the reciprocal of 125/7 times 1 sa numerator natin. So we arrive with 125/27. Ayan, yung nauna kanina, dali. Pangalawa, nagkaroon ng fraction kanila na naman. Okay, para mas madali pang maintindihan mga anak, eto may Jamboard tayo ngayon.
Yes, thank you, Teacher Naida, sa malinaw na pagpapaliwanag. Ngayon naman, tignan natin mabuti ang actual example and actual solution using the Google Jamboard by Ma'am Delma.
Okay, so nakikita nyo anak, yung ating items, dalawa, yung isosolve natin. Pero, mag-shift muna ako to Google Jamboard. Yan. So nakikita nyo dito, sabi niya, simplify. So let's answer first. Negative 6Q raised to negative 2 R raised to negative 1 to the negative 2. So yung power niya, power of a power to ha, etong term natin sa loob is na erase to negative 2. So how do we solve that? Bakit? May nag-open na iba. Okay. So paano natin isosolve yan? Paano bang gagawin natin with this? Dahil nagmumultiply tayo or yung expression natin is naka-raise to a power. So di-distribute natin yan. Bakit ang nipis ng pen niya? Papalan natin para makita. Okay. So, let's solve the first one. That would be equal to negative 6 raised to negative 2. So, sabi ni Ma'am Naida, kapag ang exponent natin ay negative, that is actually 1 over, then gagawin lang din natin na, bakit ayaw ng mas makapal? Yan. Na 1 over negative 6 raised to 2. So, nawala na yung negative no power niya. And then here, dahil may powers din tayo dito, power of a power, what will we do with their powers? We will multiply. So, we have Q times Q raised to negative 2 times negative 2, that is raised to 4. And for R, lagyan nga natin na ganyan. Mukha kasing 9. R, negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2. Next, 1 over negative 6 is squared. Anak, kasama yung negative dito na na-square ha. So, we have negative 6 times negative 6, that is 36. So, negative 6 is squared is actually 1 over 36. Q raised to 4 R is squared. O pwede din naman natin isulat na Q raised to 4 R is squared over 36. Okay, next tayo. Next item. 15S raised to negative 4 times T raised to negative 5 all over negative 3S raised to 6 T raised to negative 7. So, makikita natin yung numerical coefficients dito ay pwedeng i-simplify. So, we can divide this by 3, that is 5, and this is 1. So, we have now 5. Ito, negative, ang exponent niya. So, ang gagawin lang natin, ililipat natin siya sa denominator. So, S6, ililipat natin si S raised to 4 dito, mawawala na yung negative niya. Also with T, negative 5, so that is T raised to positive 5. While yung denominator naman, t raised to negative 7, pabalik din naman natin. Ilalagay natin siya sa taas. Okay, nasundan? So kapag yung negative ay nasa taas, para mawala yung negative niya, ilagay lang natin sa baba. Pag nasa denominator naman siya, ililipat natin sa numerator para maalis yung negative exponent. Now we can simplify further. This is 5. Anong mangyayari sa t? Meron tayong t raised to 7 dito over t raised to 5. Division to, so ang gagawin natin sa exponent nila ay isusubtract. So t raised to 7 minus 5 is 2. So ang maiiwan sa numerator ay t squared. Sa denominator naman, we have s raised to 6 times s raised to 4. Nagmumultiply tayo dito, so we add their exponent. That would be s raised to 10. So the final answer is, may negative pala dito, no? So negative, kasi 15 over negative 3. Pwede nating ilagay yung negative dito sa gitna, 5t squared over s raised to 10. Pwede sa denominator or sa numerator, walang problema mga anak. So I hope nakatulong yung ating solution sa Jamboard at nakita nyo ng maliwanag kung paano isolve ang expressions with negative exponents. Okay.
Wow! Thank you, Teacher Delma. Ako, nanonood ako kanina dito, pinapanood ko. So, wala nang estudyante na hindi pa maiintindihan yung lesson about negative exponents kung nanonood, nakafocus sila ngayon.
We need to focus on, mga anak. Focus on our examples and our discussions.
True. Okay, so now, we have already the 10 winners. 10 winners na sila kasi nakuha na nila yung tamang sagot at nakapasok na rin sila sa first 10. Okay.
Yes. May mga anak ba ako dyan?
So the answer is letter A. Congratulations to Jewel Lacanilao of 9SPJ. O siya ulit.
Talagang siya atang tatapos ulit.
Chanel Ann Ramirez of 9 Dalandan. Natasha K. Paklibare of 9SPJ, Hannah Velasco of 9 Dalandan, Christian Vino of 9 Darwin, Edessa Monique Santos of 9 Lanzones, Lovely Jane Fabro of 9SPJ, Jamaica Santos of 9SPJ, Angel Ann Domingo of 9 Lanzones, and Norilyn Ganela of 9 Lanzones. Okay, spin na natin.
Ma'am Marley.
Yan. Sino kaya ang papalaring manalo ng 30 peso worth of load sponsored by Ma'am Lina Tan Nevado? Okay. Christian Vino of 9 Darwin. Wow. Congratulations, Christian Vino of 9 Darwin.
Congratulations, anak.
Okay. Sige, tuloy natin. Ito na yung pangatlong tanong. Ay, pang-apat na tanong.
Pang-apat na pala?
Bilis. Okay. So, simplify V raised to 3/5 times V raised to 12/5.
Ay, yung exponents fraction.
Yes. Kasi, dapat silang manood sa next topic.
Yes.
Which is all about simplifying expressions with rational exponents to be discussed to us by Teacher Naida.
Hello. Okay, I'll back once again. So this time, we are going to simplify expressions with rational exponents. When we say rational exponents, the exponents are fraction. Ayan, yung pinaka-paborito ng mga estudyanteng simangutan nila pag fraction na. Okay. For rational exponents, it is the same with the laws for integral exponents. Ayan, pareho lang siya. Okay. Example, simplify the following exponent with rational.
Expressions dapat.
Simplify the following expressions with rational exponent.
Yes.
Ayan sana mga anak, yung example natin yan, a raised to 3/4, kung hindi sana fraction yan, halimbawa, kung ang exponent niya ay 4, a raised to 4 over a raised to 3, napakadali lang. That is, a equals to 4 minus 3. Pero dahil napakagandang twist ng math ito, yan, rational ang exponent. Pareho ang base na a, so ano ang gagawin natin sa kanyang mga exponent? We are going to subtract. So that will become a raised to 3/4 minus 3 over 5. Ayan. Yung fraction pa natin, hindi pareho ang denominator. So kukunin pa natin ang LCD. Huwag kayong magreklamo mga anak dahil ito lesson pa ninyo nung mga elementary kayo. May face-to-face pa noon. Huwag niyong sabihin hindi na ipaliwanag. Ayan. So we are going to get the LCD of 4 and 5 and that is 20. Okay. So the LCD is 20 divided by 4 is, ano yun? 5. Times 3 sa numerator, so we have 15. Okay? Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng 15 over 20. Another, yung second. Bakit naging 12 over 20? Since the LCD is 20 divided by the denominator of 5, and that is 4, times 3 to the numerator, so we have 12. So we come up now with an exponential fraction with the same denominator. Kapag pareho na ang denominator, just simply subtract the numerator. Ayan. So we have 15 minus 12 is 3 over 20. So therefore, we have a raised to 3 over 20. Iba naman yung in-explain ni ma'am sa binigay na question kanila ma'am. Kasi yung binigay kong example is division. Yung sa question is multiplication. Okay? Siguro, ihihiritan na lang natin ng example using Jamboard kay Teacher Delma. Anyway, laging handa yan. Teacher Delma.
Meron pala dito.
Ayan.
Sige. Sabi ko, may isa pa ba? Ako na pala ulit. Jamboard tayo mga anak. So, sundan, sabayan nyo ako. Pwede nyo akong sabayan, ha? Isulat nyo yung items natin na isosolve and you solve it with me using Google Jamboard. Shift ulit tayo to Jamboard. Yan. Simplify. O, pansin nyo ba? Meron tayong mga rational exponents dito. Fraction yon kapag ang exponent or power niya ay fraction. So, sabi ni Ma'am Naida, pareho lang ng rules with integral exponents. O, bakit ayaw niya ng mas makapal? Sige. Number 1, the first one is m raised to negative 9, n raised to 12, p raised to 18, o may zero exponent pa tayo dito. Q raised to 0, raised to 2/3. So, yun yung exponent natin. Sabi sa laws of exponents, pag ang power is naka-raise to a certain power, we will multiply their exponent. So, magiging m negative 9 times 2/3. Dahil 9 and 3, pwede natin itong i-simplify. So, 9 and 3, we divide this. That's 1. This is 3. So, magiging negative 3 times 2. Wait lang. 3 times 2 yon. So, magiging m raised to negative 6. Over 1 na lang yon. Next, n 12 times 2/3, that would be 4 times 2. 12 divided by 3 is 4 times 2, that is 8. 8, bakit naputol? P raised to 18. 18 times 2/3, that would be 18 divided by 3. 6 times 2, P raised to 12. Q 0 times 2/3, 0 pa din. Yan. Nasundan ba? Pansin nyo dito anak, napagsama na yung dalawa nating lesson na nauna. Merong negative and meron tayong zero exponent. So anong gagawin natin with negative? Ilalagay natin siya sa baba. Ang katumbas ng zero exponent, that is actually 1. So, this is now equal to n raised to 8, p raised to 12. This is 1. So, times 1 lang yan, pareho lang din. O, lagay ko na lang. Times 1 yan ha, times. M raised to negative 6, dahil nasa numerator siya, para mawala yung negative na exponent niya, ilalagay natin siya sa denominator. So, times 1 yan, ang sagot ay n raised to 8, p raised to 12, all over m raised to 6. Next item tayo, eto na. Eto na si fraction, rational exponent. Y, 1/2 times 3, so that is 3 halves. All over 1/4 times 3, that is 3/4. Dahil parehong y ang base niya, we will subtract their exponents. Y raised to 3 over 2 minus 3 over 4. So, hindi similar yung denominator. So, kailangan natin ng LCD. So, that is the same as y. Ang LCD niya ay 4. So, this is 6/4. Pag sinimplify natin si 6/4, babalik yan sa 3 halves. So, 6 over 4 minus 3 over 4. Nakakasunod pa ba mga anak? So, lagay natin dito sa taas. 6 over 4 minus 3 over 4, y is equal to 3/4. Ito yung sagot, pero kung isusulat natin as radical, then ang ibig sabihin kasi nito ay 4th root of y cube. Pareho lang yan. So, it can be expressed as y raised to 3 over 4 or 4th root of y cube. Okay. So, sana nakasunod kayo. Huwag kayong mag-alala, anak. Kung nabilisan man kayo, pwede nyo ulit panoorin ang ating recorded live streaming mamaya.
Yes. Thank you, Teacher Delma. Ang galing-galing. Okay. So, next is, bakit wala pang nakakakuha ng tamang sagot? Mukhang nalito sila kasi doon sa explanation ng Naida kanina is division siya, diba? So, isusubtract yung exponent.
Yes, Teacher Marife. Kaya sabi ko nga sa inyo, sabi ng mga estudyante.
Hindi naman pwede na kung ano yung...
Siguro, pagtulungan namin ni Teacher Delma na magbigay ng another example. Magbibigay ako ng example na similar sa question, tapos i-explain ni Teacher Delma sa Jamboard. Teacher Delma, eto. A raised to 3 over 2 times A raised to 1/2.
Iba.
Sa Jamboard, Teacher Delma. A raised to 3 over 2 times A raised to 1 over 2. Ayan.
1 over 2. Uy, pareho pa na.
Ang denominator.
Ayan.
So, ano ang rule?
Parang ganyan kasi Teacher Marife yung given.
Dito ma'am ng ano mamaya. Division naman. Ayan. Para makita nila yung difference. So, paano siya i-solve? Kapag multiplication, anak, sabi ng laws of exponents, you add their exponents. So, ang base niya ay A. Pag-aadin lang natin si 3 over 2 plus 1 over 2. Kaya ang sagot ay 3. Eto anak, direct natin na ina-add kasi similar sila. Pero kapag hindi, kailangan nyong i-rename muna, get the LCD, and then before you add. So, this is 3 plus 1, 4 over 2. Ang nakakatuwa, si 4 over 2 is actually a whole number. A, 4 over 2 is 2. So, A is squared. Ano naman yan kapag division? Tuloy ko na din para makita niyo yung difference. 3 over 2 divided by A. Gawin natin tong 1/3 para magkaiba ng numerator. Denominator. So, kapag division, anak, sabi ng laws of exponents, kailan nila natutunan ng laws of exponents?
Grade 7.
Grade 7. You subtract their exponents. That is, if the base are the same. A tsaka A pareho yan kasi. So, we have A, pag minusin lang natin, 3 over 2 minus 1/3. Kailangan nating mag-rename. Kaya yung natutunan nyo ng elementary, importante yon. LCD ng 2 and 3 is 6. So we have, i-rename natin to. 6 divided by 2 is 6 divided by 2, 3 times 3, 9 over 6. Ay, tama ba?
6.
Hindi ko na naiintindihan yung, tama ba? 3 over 2? 9 over 6?
Oo, 9 over 6.
6 divided by 2 is 3 times 3, 9. Yan,
correct.
tama naman pala yung sinabi ko. 6 divided by 3 is 2 times 1, 2. So, that's 2 over 6. Pag sinimplify mo, babalik siya dito sa dalawang to. Okay, dahil similar na sila, pwede natin na isubtract. 9 minus 2 is 7 over 6. At ito na yung sagot.
Yes.
Ayan.
So, may
Teacher
nakakuha na, may
Delma. Marami na.
Pag nag-multiply, mag-a-add ng exponents. Pag nag-divide,
isubtract. Wag ninyong kakalimutan ang inyong mga naaral noong grade 7 kayo. At wag ninyong sabihin, wala pang pandemic noon. May face-to-face pa noon. Okay.
Importante na i-master nyo yung fractions, mga anak.
Yes. So, this time, are we now ready para mai-announce natin kung ito ba'y bago? Yan na.
Ayan na, nag-a-appear na siya.
Okay, eto na. So, congratulations. The answer is letter B. Oh, may natutuwa dito. Ang dami. Bakit ang daming SPJ? Okay, congratulations to Lara May Corpus of 9 SPJ.
Ismael Pascual of 9 SPJ. Jamaica Santos of 9 SPJ. Rovelyn Isabel Dominia of 9 Mendel. Gremerich Angeles of 9 SPJ.
Cassandra Catherine Dagdag of 9 Avocado.
Lorly Faye Orate of 9 SPJ.
Hazel Joy Balmores of 9 Avocado. Angel Ann Domingo of 9 Lanzones. And Melanie Sagusyo of 9 Mendel. Okay, spin na natin. Congratulations. Spin na natin para... Okay, spin na natin.
Ayan,
okay, spin na natin, sir. Sir Mark. Wala kami kasalanan pag nag-overtime kasi dito. Sir Mark, spin na natin. Yan, okay. So, yes. At ang nanalo ay si... Sino? Melanie Sagusyo of 9 Mendel. Okay, congratulations, Melanie Sagusyo. Okay, now may we have now the 5th question. Ito na. Transform 13x raised to 4 fifth to its radical form. So A, 5th root of 13x raised to 4. B, 13, the 4th root of x raised to 5. C, 13 and the 5th root of x raised to 4. And D, 4th root of 13x raised to 5. Okay. So, para masagot ninyo ito, makinig po ng mabuti kay Teacher Naida. In writing expressions with rational exponents as radicals and vice versa.
Ayan. Thank you, Teacher Marife. Yes. Mag-overtime ba tayo? Hindi naman siguro. So, let us writing expressions with rational exponents as radicals and vice versa. Ayan. Yung rational exponent daw, halimbawa, o exponential form, m raised to a over b. So, in the expression m raised to a over b, m is called as the base. And a over b is the exponent. Okay. which correspond to radical form. That is now, ayan, ito ang radical form niya mga anak. B root of M. Ang basa diyan, B root of M raised to A.
B root.
Okay, B root. Kung yung B ay 4, fourth root of M. Ganon. Bakit kung yung B ay 2, walang nakasulat na 2? Automatic square root kasi. Okay. Additional example mga anak, kasi yung example, may nakalagay na number nakatabi ng X. Etong example na binibigay ko ngayon, walang numerical coefficient. Okay. Example, another example, say for instance, yung M natin, lagyan natin ng 20M raised to A over B. Ayan. So, magiging yung 20, nasa labas yan ng radical sign. Ano? Kasi hindi kasama sa exponent. Okay. So, let us have another examples here. The exponential forms, we are going to rewrite into radical. Ayan. Yung numerator natin na 4 over the quantity of 6AB raised to 1 over 5, yung 4 sa numerator, wala siyang exponent na rational. Kaya as is lang siya. Then, the denominator of the exponent becomes the index. So, we have here 5th root of 6AB. Bakit walang nakasulat na exponent sa 6AB? Kasi po, 1 siya. Automatic na meron siyang 1. Okay. Another, if we have a radical form, x raised to 5 over 5 times the 4th root of y raised to 3. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, na kapag yung numerical coefficient niya ay nasa labas ng rational exponent, hindi siya maisasama sa loob ng radical sign. Ayan siya. Okay? So we have the exponential form x raised to 5 over 5y raised to 3/4. Ayan. So, nasa labas or coefficient lang talaga yung 5. Sana nasundan ninyo mga anak kung paano sagutin yung tanong. Last question na ba yun,
Yes.
Teacher Marife? Yes, ayan. Yung question number 5 is similar sa example natin dito sa number 2. Exponential to radical. Ayan siya. Thank you, Teacher Marife.
Thank you, Teacher Naida. So, inaasahan namin yung 10 na nakakuha ng tamang sagot. Okay, so habang inihintay natin yung 10, may we have now the real life application. Sige, habang inihintay natin yung first 10. Real life application of exponents by Teacher Delma.
Ito anak, i-screenshot nyo ha, kasi bibilisan natin. Ang ganda kasi nitong application niya. Then move ko dito sa kabila, screenshot, check, ganyan. Okay. So here's the application about exponents. There's a conversation between the son and the father. Dad, could you please give me an allowance of 340 on the first day of this month, 680 on the second day, 1,020 on the third day, increasing by 340 each day until the 31st day of this month. Then, I will promise not to ask for allowance ever again. So, humiling yung anak. Sabi niya, nagpa-plus ng 340. No way, son, the father said. And then, the son, tumawad pa. How about giving me 1 peso on the first day of this month, 2 pesos on the second day, and 4 pesos on the third day, doubling the amount each day until the 31st day of this month. Then, I will promise not to ask for allowance ever again. And the father answered, deal. Anong tanong dito? Anong application natin? Did the father make a good judgment? Or tama ba yung ginawa nung anak? Sino ang nanalo dito? Si son ba o si father. So let's try to solve kung ano ang tama ba. Nag-deal siya. Wise ba yung decision ni father?
Tignan
o
natin.
yung una, dapat ang pinili niya. Kasi sabi niya, hindi na ako hihingi pa ng allowance kahit kailan. Eh kung grade 5 yan ano, o di hanggang college hindi na siya hihingi. So, tingnan natin kung ano bang mangyayari kapag nag-deal si father dun sa first na offer ng kanyang anak. So, sabi niya ay 340 each day. So, 340 first day, 680 second day, 1,020 third day, hanggang sa 31st day. So, first day yan, second, third, hanggang sa katapusan. Pag naabot niya yan, hindi na daw siya hihingi ng allowance kahit kailan. Pero sabi nung tatay, ayaw niya. Ang tanong, magkano bang ibibigay ni father pagdating ng katapusan ng buwan? So, tingnan natin yung value dito mga anak. 340, naging 680, nag-a-add lang ng 340. So, this is 340 times 1, this is 340 times 2. So, ibig sabihin, sa katapusan, ang ibibigay niya ay 340 times, ilan yan? 31. 31. So, magkano ito? May calculator ba tayo? What is 340 times 31? That is 10,540. So, nag-i-increase yan. Sa katapusan, ang ibibigay na allowance ni father ay 10,540. Kaya nga sabi nung no way.
Ayaw niya.
Ayaw niya. So, sabi, di sige, paano kung ito na lang? Ay, masan na?
Isa, yan.
Dad, bakit
Isa.
pareho?
Hindi.
Ay, pareho yung picture ko. Sabi niya, dun sa pangalawa ay, first, magkano? 1 peso. Ito, how much? Balik tayo kay PowerPoint.
How about
giving me 1 pesos on first day, 2 pesos nagdodoble. So, yun ang isolve natin mga anak. Kasi dun nag-deal si father. So, paano magiging solution yan? Piso ang ibibigay niya sa unang araw, sa pangalawa 2, sa pangatlo nagta-times 2. 4 pesos times 2, 8, times 2, 16, hanggang sa first day yan, second, third, fourth, fifth, hanggang sa katapusan. Magkano ba ang kanyang ibibigay? So, tingnan natin dito Ito ay power of 2. 2 times 2, ito ay 2 times 2 times 2. So, ito ay 2 to the, this is 2 to the 0, 2 to the first, 2 squared by 4, 2 cubed by 8,
Yes.
2 to the fourth by 16.
Yes.
So, ibig sabihin, dito sa 31st day ay 2 to the 30. 30. Kasi yung umpisa natin ay 0. So, 2 raised to 30. Yan ang power ng power.
How much?
Okay, nag-deal si father Deal or no deal? The father said, deal. And it's the wisest decision. Hindi. Wisest na, anong tawag doon? na ginawa ng anak, no? So, what is 2 raised to the 30? That is 1,073,000,000. Sa kaya kukuha si father nito. 741,824.
Yes.
Yan ang power ng exponent
Compared sa 10,000,
magkano yung kanina?
340 o 540.
540.
Okay.
Nakita niya kasi piso. Nakalimutan niya, merong exponent na involved.
Yes.
Kaya tatay,
Okay.
dapat alam ang exponents.
Okay, yes, tama. Dapat alam ng mga magulang ang exponent para hindi mag-deal. Okay, so thank you, Teacher Delma. Now may we have the first 10. So the answer for number 5 is letter C. Congratulations to Joshua Joaquin of 9 Calamansi, Glaisa Ann Salvador of 9 SPJ, Rovelyn Isabel Dominia of 9 Mendel, Melanie Sagusio of 9, Mendel Angeli Pineda of 9, Darwin, Christian Vin of 9, Darwin, Lara May Corpus of 9, SPJ, Angel Domingo of 9, Lanzones, Ismael Pascual of 9, SPJ, and Hans Galinato of 9, SPJ. Congratulations, and spin na po natin. Spin na agad. And the winner is... Tararan! Sumasayaw na si Mark. Okay, the winner is... Hans Galinato of 9 SPJ.
Inumpisahan ng 9 SPJ, tinapos ng 9
Okay.
SPJ.
So, thank you so much sa ating sponsor na si Ma'am Larnatan Nevado.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much po.
Thank you po. The generous benefactor of Matroleta Prizes. O, yan po si Ma'am
God bless you more, ma'am.
Larnatan Nevado. Okay. So,
Summary na ba tayo?
Yes.
Hindi pa tayo nag-summarize.
sige.
Mo yun, no?
We would like to thank our production, may time pa ba kami, Sir Mark? Pwede ba kaming mag-summary? Okay daw, yes daw. Okay.
Daw, yes.
Ma'am Naida, take it away.
Ayan, mga nanay, mga tatay, maging aware sa power ng exponent. So, what we have learned today is about zero exponent, which is a raised to 0 is equal to 1, where a is not equal to 0. Any number excluding 0 with an exponent of 0 is equal to 1. Another, we have also the negative exponent for any real numbers, a and n, where a is not equal to 0 and n greater than 0. A raised to negative n is equal to 1 over a raised to n, and 1 over a raised to negative n equals a raised to n. For exponential expressions are said to be in simplest form if all the exponents are positive. There are no powers of powers. Its base appears only once, no repeated variables, and all fractions are in simplest form.
Yes, thank you so much, Teacher Naida. And of course, we would like to thank our production team, our technical specialists, Sir Mark and Sir Dennis.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Yeah, and to our assistant principal, Ma'am Ruby Guillermo, our officer in charge, Sir Rodrigo Pascua. And special thanks to our loving supervisory head, Mami Marlinda Dante.
Surprise!
And to our facilitators, Ma'am Teacher Naida, Teacher Delma, Teacher Marley Jane, and yours truly, Teacher Marife Guillermo. Thank you for joining and staying with us today. See you again next time on Mata Live sa Facebook Live. Bye!
Pre-calculus, advanced algebra, intermediate algebra, trigonometry, elementary algebra, geometry, mga araling dapat tuklasin, mathematics learning area, mathematics kahit saan, kahit kailan, mathematics, maaasahan, inyong tututukan dito sa 106.3 DWDR-FM. Basta Dance Radio, learning is amazing! Ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Dance Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Ang silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin ay makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo at kalaman. Mapaumaga, tanghali o hapon man yan. Ang istasyong magbibigay impormasyon kahit saan man.
Alright, here we go.
106.3 Dance Radio. Doña Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela.
This
106.3 DWDR-FM.